Hey yo, what's up? Back to Mike and Ant. I'm one of your hosts, Mob Miz. I'm with my other host, Inspector Ant. We're gonna be giving you our rundown on question of the day at 2:30, 2:29 Eastern Time. Half asleep here, but what we want to know is analytics killing sports. Today we're probably focused more on a little bit more on the football. I do want to shout out the sponsor, W Energy. Make sure you use the QR code. Help yourself with a little bit of energy. Don't forget to put in the code Mob Squad 508 for 10% off all your purchases. And if you're watching, smash the thumbs up, comment. Definitely make sure you're subscribed. Now, to the question, my brother, is analytics killing sports?
Yes,
Let's get to this breakdown.
I feel like it's killing sports. A lot of these coaches, they swear by analytics like it's the Bible, and you're seeing it in every sport where coaches are just making, I feel, dumbass decisions based on these analytics.
Yeah.
In football, you got these coaches act like if they kick a field goal, they're gonna get fired, or like they're allergic to kicking field goals, or allergic to even punting.
Yep.
Like it's okay to punt, it's okay to take points and kick field goals. You don't have to go for it every time.
Yeah.
Then you got like Dan Campbell. I talked about this in the review.
Yeah.
That Eagles game, if the Lions miss the playoffs, they're gonna be kicking themselves over that Eagles game because they were down 13-6.
Yeah.
They get into the Eagles territory for the most part. They had a good. They can move the ball in the Eagles defense, but when they got to the red zone, that's where they struggled.
Yep.
Instead of just taking the points and kicking field goals, Dan Campbell went for it 5 times inside Eagles territory, and they were 0 for 5.
Yeah.
If he just takes the field goals in those situations, the Lions win that game 21-16.
Yeah.
So, as bad as their offense was in that game, they still should have won that game if he just took the points. Kevin Stefanski, another one, where it's 4th down and 1. You're at your own 30-yard line. So if you don't get it, you're basically giving the Niners a short field. Like they only got to go to 30 yards to score a touchdown. Instead of punting it, you decide to go for it. The Niners stop you, and give you and now they have a short field. And it's like, and they talk about like, well, the analytics says in this situation, you go for it, and it's like, why?
Guess
You're inside your own 30-yard line. Why would you go for it? That it makes no sense.
let me add in somebody else that just matched him on the dumb shit. Andy Reid just did it, and I think this probably be why the Chiefs don't
Yeah,
make the playoffs.
going for it on a 4th and 4 at like their own 30-yard,
Yep,
35,
and that's
40 yards.
after they completely shut down the Texans the whole second half, moving
Yeah, it was
back
10-10.
in the game. All they had to do was punt the ball. Their defense was stopping them. He looked rattled, but instead you gave him an easy touchdown, which inevitably cost you the game.
But hey, the analytics says you got to go for it in that situation.
I don't know, man. I don't know where it starts. One other question I want to ask you, and I still want you to deep dive more on how you feel about the analytics. But do you think that is taking the common sense away from some of these coaches?
Yeah, not just the coaches, but also to the players. No, a perfect example would be last night with Raheem Morris.
Yeah,
Okay, you're down 28-14. Your team marches down the field, scores a touchdown.
yeah,
Common sense says kick the extra point. Now you're down
yeah,
28-21. If you stop them and score another touchdown, kick an extra point. Now it's 28-28. You go to overtime.
yeah.
What does Raheem Morris do? They march down the field, score the touchdown. The analytics says in that situation, you go for two
Which
to make
makes
it
no sense.
28. Yeah, to make it 28-22, make it a 6 point game, which makes no sense to me. But
Yeah,
what happens? The Falcons, they didn't get it. So now it's 28-20.
now you need
And
it.
yeah, and now luckily for them, their defense got the stop. They got the ball back, but then when they marched down the field to score another touchdown, now they have to go for two because
Yeah,
that's the only way they could tie the game.
mm,
Luckily for them, they're able to get the ball back and kick the game-winning field goal at the last second to win that game. And then another one, the reason why I said the players makes the players lose common sense is because I'll now switch over to the NBA and use what happened in the playoffs last year as an example. The Boston Celtics against the New York Knicks. The reason why the Knicks won that series Well, part of the reason why the Knicks won that series is because the Celtics they missed like they had one game in that series where they missed like 50 threes. They had another game where they missed like 45 threes. Now the analytics keep says you shoot threes, jack up threes. That's how you win in the NBA. That's what the analytics says. But if you're missing 50 threes,
Yeah,
at some point somebody on that team has to be like, you know what? It's not our night. Threes ain't falling. Let me drive it into the hoop and get a two.
yeah.
Nobody did that. They just kept jacking up more and more threes and lost the game and
Yeah.
lost the series playing that way.
It's almost like people have never seen teams come back 2 by 2, playing defense 2 and come back and win the game, or see a team win by hitting 7 field goals. It's like they've never seen this before. I've seen like you take some of the I use arguably, depending on who you ask, I believe best coach of all time, right? Bill Belichick, right? He will never turn down points because he coaches a premium there. You always like you want to get the touchdowns, and sometimes you have to get them. But if you don't get it, and you don't give away points, so you chip away at leads and you play defense. There's momentum. There's things that come into it. When you get to the 10-yard line and you get stopped on a 4th and 4 or something, um, not only do you not get the 3 points, but it puts a big clothesline in the momentum of the game. So say you had a big momentum swing, right? You get a big interception. Or you score you're down by 14, right? Just say 14. You score a touchdown, you're down by 7. They throw a pick, you run it to the 10-yard line. You get no yards. So it ends up being 4th and just say 6 or 7, right? Um, yeah, you need a touchdown. But if it's the third quarter with 5 minutes left, you take the field goal. It's like Belichick says, those points are premium because, yeah, that only brings you down by 4. But that means the next field goal, if you get another one, now you could win it with a field goal. Or if you get a touchdown, you see what I'm saying? Like you brought up a point with the analytics with Morris, right?
Mhm.
Just say last 2 touchdowns he scored and he got 2-point conversions with both of them. So the maximum amount of points you could have had was 30. You see the problem there? Because I fill it in for the people that don't understand what I'm getting at. Had the Bucks hit a field goal, even getting 2 2-point conversions, it wouldn't have mattered.
They
So
still
yeah, so the premium there was get the 7 points, make it a 1-score game, and play some fucking defense. That was the premium. That extra point does absolutely nothing for you. And if you don't get it, does the analytics tell you that? All right. So the analytics say you should go for it here, right? To be down by 6. Does the analytics tell you that if you don't get it 9 out of 10 times you lose? Now, what is the percentages of being down, just say 10-0 with 8 minutes left, and you getting stopped on 4th down, and it's still being 10-0, and you giving the ball back after a 7-minute long drive of wasted time, right? What does the analytics say after you get stopped? What is your percentage of winning? 6%? Now, if you kick the field goal, you do realize it's probably at least 40. That does the analytics tell you the difference that if they're wrong, they fucked you. It's like they don't look at that part. It's they look at down by 10, though math don't is math doesn't have no part in football. You see what I'm saying? So get
even if you take the math though, like common sense should tell you I would rather be down 10-3. So therefore, if we do stop them, we get the ball back, we have a chance to tie instead of being down 10-0.
no, but hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. That's common sense. You don't need to be good at math. You see what I'm saying? You just need to know I need to match your number, right?
Right.
Now these dudes are pulling in algorithm things and like all these. Bro, listen, get these ratios and certain things. They don't need to be there because what they're doing is they're having people look at these stat sheets and thinking they gotta do things they don't. When you're down 10-0, you take the 3. Yeah, yeah, your win chance. And the only statistics I want to see is if you go for it here and fail, and if you take the 3 points. Because I'm guaranteeing if you take the 3 points, you're up at least 40%. So why would you be worried about the statistic that could potentially lose you the game when you have the chance to come back if you just take the three?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
I don't know, but even baseball, I think this all started with baseball, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because baseball, they're the ones that started it. So like the analytics say that instead of like, playing, I guess the traditional way of baseball, which is just get on base. It doesn't matter if you hit singles, doubles, whatever. The goal is to get on base and put pressure on the defense
Yeah,
that you might score. Get
yeah,
guys in scoring on base and get guys in scoring position.
yeah,
Where analytics is all about hitting the home run.
yeah,
That's why strikeouts are at an all time high right now in baseball because everybody's trying to hit the home run. That's why I was actually happy that Toronto had the success that they had because Toronto was kind of like an old school team. They're
yeah,
all about just getting the ball in play and getting guys on base. They don't really dive deep into the analytics.
yeah,
Analytics also hurts too pitching because now you got now because of the analytics. If a guy throws I don't know 70 pitches in a game, you gotta take him out.
there's no,
That's
no,
what the analytics says.
no
Some
hit in the game.
Yeah, but sometimes it hurt the rhythm. It's like what the analytics doesn't tell you is what if this guy is just red hot and he just pitching strike after strike after strike, nobody can hit on him, and
And,
then you
and
pull him out, and then the reliever he's giving up home run after home run. Like you hurt yourself. Sometimes you gotta look at the situation, but okay, this guy he's on the heater. Like fuck analytics, I'm just gonna leave him in there.
yeah,
But no, a lot of these managers, these coaches, they don't do that. They just follow the analytics. And okay, he's throwing 70 pitches, he's throwing 80 pitches. We got to take him out now. That's what the analytics say.
yeah. I kind of look at it, and this could just be because I don't like analytics. You know what I think this is really more than analytics? The analytics gave these coaches an excuse to just be dumb. So when a coach is like, "Hey, I'm gonna go for it on fourth down," let me find the analytics that would justify me throwing away the game right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, like this. I can't see being down, you know, 14 and analytics telling you like who created this system. That's
Yeah,
what I
man.
need to know.
To me, the most frustrating for me is basketball out of all the sports. Because the one thing that pisses me off more than anything is that when I'm watching a game and a team has a 3-on-1 fast break. Now, instead of just you got a 3-on-1 fast break, so you have an advantage.
Yep.
Common sense is take it in the hole and get 2 points. Because if you get 2 points, you either obviously get it, and it could be an and one, or they could foul you and you get two free throws. But
Yep.
now instead they got a 3-on-1 fast break, and instead of laying it in or dunking it, they're gonna kick it out outside for somebody to shoot a three, and then
Yep.
they miss. So now you just miss out on an opportunity on points, easy points at that.
It's ridiculous. I guess that the more the thing is, I'm gonna completely agree with you. Anything, my answer is unanimously yes. I think that they're involving things that don't need to be involved there, and they're making people overthink the simplest things. Like just take
Charles
the
Charles
points.
Barkley said it. Charles Barkley might have said it best. Analytics is just a reason for nerds to get into sports.
Yeah, yeah, ones that could never play on the field, but
Yeah,
now,
they weren't
they go.
high school, so that get in somehow. And they created all these bullshit numbers.
Yep, now they got the dude that never could be on a football field telling coaches what LeBron James should do. It's like, come
Yeah,
on, man. Like you gotta really cut that. They gotta cut that out. But one thing I do want to say, um, it- it's not. First of all, this is every sport, so it's not just football. I just think right now, a few baseball at this point, I think has more of a science. Football and basketball just looks like every time they make a dumb decision, it's like, oh, the analytics said, no, I don't know. Show me the goddamn book where it said that.
well, like I said with basketball, like okay, the analytics is pretty simple. just jack up as many threes as
Yeah.
possible. But like I was saying earlier, I use the Celtics as an example because they hurt them in the playoffs. But I've seen this happen to multiple teams. If you're missing your threes and they're not falling, like I don't need a coach to tell. If I'm on that team and when we're shooting threes, I don't need a coach to tell me like, oh, maybe you should, drive it inside and shoot a two, get a layup or something. Like I'm just gonna do it on my own. Like, okay, the 3-point ball ain't falling for me. Let me try to get a 2-pointer. And if my teammates, hopefully my teammates will follow suit, or I should tell my teammates. But it's just like the players now lack common sense
Yeah.
in basketball. 'Cause it feels like they've been brainwashed to believe like, well, I know I'm missing on my shots, but analytics says keep shooting threes, so I'm just gonna keep shooting
I
threes.
feel like those analytics was based off of the Golden State Warriors teams, and y'all not them.
Yeah, but it works when you have the two greatest shooters in
That's
NBA
that.
history.
This is why I'm telling you, like, bro, you're looking at averages because they got the Golden State Warriors in there, and you not them. Like, so you gotta understand. Not even Jordan was doing that type of shit. That's not something that you're gonna see enough for you to think that that works. You know what I'm saying? Like, typically you have a good 3-point shooter on a team. Like, you got like one. Obviously, the Golden State had,
Two,
yeah, you know what I'm saying. But and two in their prime, not like a aged out one and a younger
yeah,
one. So that's different. Like these other we most teams have one good 3-point shooter. So you're gonna have one dude shoot 25 3-pointers. So now you have the problem spreading like a virus because you got one 3-point shooter that's good, and you have five guys that are jacking up threes.
man. And then like I'm a Knicks fan. One of the things that pisses me off about Karl Anthony Towns is
Oh,
that he be jacking up threes.
talk
It's
about it.
like, bro, you're 7 feet tall. Get your ass in the paint.
Yeah.
Like, why you jacking up threes? Like, I hate it.
My
I hate
cousins
when
and
I
shit
see
are
7 footers
Celtics
jacking
fans.
up threes.
They got beef for Al Horford over the same thing. He doesn't like the he's never under it was never under the rim. He's always at the 3-point line. It's like, stop it. Cat's one of those guys.
And then somebody I was listening to I forget what show it was, but I was listening to some podcast, and they were saying like, yeah, if Shaq was coming up in this generation,
Yeah.
they would have had him shooting threes. And
Yeah,
I
they
thought
would've.
about it, and I was like, yeah, he's right. Like if Shaq came up in this generation instead of his generation, yeah, they would have been coaching him to be jacking up threes. It's like, why would you have a man that's 7'2", 350 pounds shooting threes? Like it makes no sense. The way they used Shaq back in the 90s and 2000s, that's the way you're supposed to use Shaq.
Yeah.
Use his strength, have him bully people in the paint. Don't have him out there shooting threes. Like that makes no sense to me.
But to be fair, the guy made no sense to say bully at all. But I do want people in the comments or anybody that sees this. I want you. We're getting ready to get up out of here for this video, but I do want you to go in the comments. Let us know, is analytics ruining sports? Give us some examples. Don't forget to check out the sponsor. Use the QR code. Put the code in Mob Squad 508 for 10% off all purchases. Check us out on Twitter or X, whatever you're calling it nowadays, at Mob Squad 508 and at Inspector_Ant. Is there anything else you want to throw out here about this analytics problem before you let them know where else to find us?
No, that's all I have to say. I might have more, but we'll be here like all night. But
Well, listen,
but
let's get
but I will say this though, that is a good question. I might do a poll on Spotify, see how many people vote yes or no.
yeah.
That'd be interesting. But yeah, they could find us on Spotify, Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio.
All
And
right.
make sure you like and subscribe us on YouTube.
Don't forget to shoot those comments and thumbs up, man. And here's the thing too. Um, I just lost my train of thought. Whoa, that's a blooper. Oh, what I was gonna say is I'm gonna put the poll up on YouTube as well. So what we're gonna do is this be, episode one of this question.
Yeah.
We're gonna get some comments, see what other people are thinking, run the vote, and once the votes are done, we'll do another video to just give y'all with the follow up. But everybody, make sure you have a blessed night, and bro, don't jump off yet because I want to talk to you real quick.
All right.
All right, peace out, y'all. We'll see y'all soon.